Omo. Just correct my I think
Alright, guys. Alright, guys. We are going live.
alright, Telma.
All right, welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and Radio Network, coming to you live from the United States of America. Today, we get one very interesting discussion where we want to discuss today, and that's got to do with the brouhaha we've been go on social media about the disappearance, or some people call them vacation. Some people call a medical leave of the president's, His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. For over 2 weeks, Mr. Madabio just disappeared. Talk, nobody know about him. So that prompted a lot of speculation social media, where some people then say Madabio don't sick. Some even go to the extent they say Madabio don't die. There are so many, information we've been stream in, trying to fill the vacuum where the administration been left for Madabio in silence. And the purpose of this broadcast today is for let we able to sit down and try for dissect, waiting that the lessons then where we learn from this particular event will take place, both the administration and we waiting at social media, the speculators, what we learn and how we go able for try for do a better job for bring out to the public information way authentic, way good, and information way go able to help the people of Sierra Leone for make them understand what thing they go on. Now we'll go start with the administration, because they say to whom much is given, much is expected, right? This na in then they teach we, right? If you then give responsibility, people expect you for make you execute that responsibility there in a more efficient and effective way, not so. So the administration, within the administration do, the administration do a good job, or they make blunder for the silence way the silence for how many weeks where President Bio not able to say anything. What? We don't know. But that's got to do with the administration, their own responsibility actually. One of the things where the administration, I believe, say they make mistake is the fact that they sit down for over 2 weeks before ever then come up with a statement. And even the statement where the administration come up with, it was very, very vague. It was very, very incomplete. And it was very, very confusing. That's it even exacerbates the speculators for making them believe, say, well, there is a cover-up. There are people who already know, say, there are people always where they scan for bad news about Sierra Leone, whether it has to do with the APC, it has to do with the SLPP, or it has to do with individual where we not like. And as a government, we live in a modern society, a social media age. You should always be on top of all the information where they go around. Not necessarily you have to respond to every information. That's not the one they try to talk about. But information where say is vital for the consumption of the people of Sierra Leone. I think the administration is supposed for do a better job and explain to people then with clarity, so the people then go understand. Does that mean the explanation that everybody get for take up? No, we understand that, say, not everybody get for take within the administration they do. There are always people who just believe, say, anything where the bio government they do is nothing but a cover up. I know, I'm not talking about those people, but people who just want to see something that is tangible, something that is clear for make the hard school, well, I believe say now the responsibility of the administration. The administration not do a good job at all. They pull one statement where the commissioner na Britain na pull out the statement. The statement was short and vague, and from that, the next thing we will see now pass we will see Madabio pop up na Kenya. You know, it pop up na Kenya, and that's bring a lot of speculation within those people who want for saw discords among Sierra Leoneans, among different, members of the community. That's, I think, saying a lesson them supposed for learn next time for make them come out and clarify things there in a more concise and clear way. Because to be honest with you, this administration gets more information directors than the APC administration before them. Then gets director of communication, State House, then get director of communication, information ministry, then get other information attaches. All them people then they very, very sad and unfortunate for such an event, then sit down and wait for over 2 weeks. They're not able to come up with a very clear message where we're able to make reasonable Sierra Leone and therefore make them able to understand. That was very, very sad, So that was the fault of the administration. So how they get for land? Well, I don't know. I don't really know if they get for land from this. But what I understand is it was a bad PR management. No doubt about that at all. They're not supposed to be don't sit down for such a long time, before ever then come up and put a more confusing statement than the way the people that they expect. They need to do a better job. And next time, hopefully, when the presidents go, because any side the presidents go, Keketuma, when the communication guy in our State House, he did with them. What happened with Keketuma, where he produce a single video or even an audio to say, well, this thing is going, what actually happened? Well, we're just glad to say the president is back, safe and sound, which is the thing where some of we want, because he is the leader for the next 5 years. He's the leader of Sierra Leone. Whether somebody like that or not, he's going to be the leader of Sierra Leone. He's going to represent Sierra Leone in the world stage, and any patriotic Sierra Leonean will want to make that representative day be a healthy person, a person who will be able to do a good job representing Sierra Leone. Now, coming to the speculators, those people, where definitely there's nothing good about politics, because that's now one of the things them where I see a lot of people there, either people they don't understand what entail politics, what are the where they say the foundation, the basement, the predicate of politics. They just believe politics is nothing but a war of enmity. A war where always you're ready for wage against the other side. You're ready for wage against the other political party or the other opponents. That is now show them people then they at their head all the time. Oh, you know what? The SLPP now we enemy. So, and when you say enemy, now somebody where you want for destroy. Somebody where they mean they mean good about that person at all. So they see the actions, the way some of them people they do through what they post, what they put on social media, and how then they go about criticizing President Bio. And this not so normal the SLPP then they do so, because the SLPP self they do the same thing during the APC regime. You know, that's not a fair game for say yes, because the SLPP we are doing the same thing. Even though a more prevalent and a more harsh and a more unreasonable this time around than the SLPP, the APC government. You know, so that's not the you know, a shift, paradigm shift don't begin start where we as Sierra Leoneans, the way we want to play with politics with, you know, respectfulness, with, you know, sincerity, with decency. We don't begin get concerned because when the shifts, they go na the negative side, I think that is a worrisome sign. And especially in a democratic system like this, we're very, very young. Sierra Leone na a young democracy, no doubt about that. And if we wait at this particular time, the way we dey shape with politics, when it mature, now that way that politics they get for go. So that is why it is very, very important for we all, every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of your political affiliation, for make sure say, let we not forget say, we are shaping our democracy for the future, for the next generation. The way it just be like Pekin, you understand? The way you menu Pekin, where it grow up, that attitude day, that behavior, that perspective day, that Pekin they get, you know, they say the way you behave in the public, na a pictorial view of your upbringing. This na in then tell we, psychologists then tell we, the way the menu na they present na public. This is very, very important. So therefore, if we want to mend this young baby we will get what we call democracy, I think it is our own responsibility as Sierra Leonean for make we not negate too much, we will not put this negative paradigm into we politics too much, where tomorrow it is very difficult for reverse course because it's become a habit. A habit is something where very it will change, but it's very, very difficult for change. You know, it just feels like smoking. You know, if you don't addict to smoking, Bami Pratt is calling, and let me make sure. Hold on, guys. Let me bring Bami Pratt. All right, Bami Pratt, I call you right back na the stuff. All right, wanna just give me. Hold on, let me just call Bami Pratt quickly. All right, so it just feels like smoking, right? Smoking, if you don't you don't addict with smoking, it's very, very difficult, it's very, very hard for make you change. And that's not the situation where I'm very much worried about. You know, when we don't the use with this, it become an addiction to we for say yes. There is nothing good about the other side. There is nothing preferable about the other side. It's an addiction. Now that always, now that mentality they would go with. Now in also. There are people within social media where they even go to the extent say, the president is dead. Imagine, may God forbid it, a president of a country die that mysterious way there. How the country go there? What's in at the level of chaos where go there in that country with the speculations and those who want to take advantage of the situations? There are so many ramifications for them kind of utterances here. But hey, this is the age of social media, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to be able to stop that. You know, we're not going to be able to stop this. This is going to continue. We just get for do we own best for pull out certain things, then we remind people then say, yes, we know say we disagree with the other side, we disagree with Mr. X or political X or YZ. But how about we focus more what bring we together? That is the country, Sierra Leone. And I think say that's supposed to be the main focus of we own political activities. If the president do bad, let we not forget for criticize the president. And a lot of una, some of una know, some of who get this record already, we also today we start for criticize the leaders of we country. We always do, even the time when we own party in power. In fact, I go tell you now, during the APC regime, there is a saying say the mumu opposition, not also the SLPP, they've not been so focused on criticizing President Koroma at all. We all know that. Then criticisms become harsh when the election don't near. That was the time when the SLPP come out begin be forceful in terms of criticisms, and we understand. We understand that. And the reason was, well, then they talk no more about President Kuroma, but it been actually help the opposition. Most of the members then are the opposition. President Kuroma been help them people then. You see? So maybe now the reason that one day, but for those who are going around social media, they wish, then they even celebrate, say the president, they seek bad ones, some they say he don't paralyze, some they say he don't die, some they say this or that. Now, the president is back in Sierra Leone. Now, here is the problem with some of them things and the way I always they talk about when you as a somebody who want for make them take you serious. Your reputation is the topmost priority for you. Because to be honest with you, if you destroy your reputation because of them petty stuff here, because you just want for make them know say, hey, Mr. X, now him bring this information on social media, and this information they go around social media like fire. Well, one of the things we I want for make you know, bad information they spread quickly and rapidly than good information. But the problem here is their information doesn't mean say not true information. So it is your responsibility if you want for be somebody way well respected in social media, well respected in the Sierra Leonean community, both at home and the diaspora, for make you be very careful what you put out there in social media. Because if it turns out to be false, you do that one time, it turned out to be false, you do that the second time, false, the third time, false, or many times, all the time people then can find out say your information is false. How you expect people to take you serious? How? You are not serious. In fact, you become some kind of a victim yourself because of your own ambition or lack of understanding, where they say ignorance or selfish behavior. And when you become an ignorant, you know what's going to happen in the social media age, people are using you. Not for say because they like you or they actually take you serious, but because maybe what they put out there on social media at the time it solve them people that they their own objective. Most of the time, them such they're not saying some of them things in the not so true, not so serious things, but it make them feel good, and then they take the information and they begin scatter them. At the end of the day, then say, now Mr. X, now send this information. You become a laughing stock. You become a laughing matter. And this is not just another example where we want some of our colleagues them. I understand say somebody even attack me on Facebook because me not they go Facebook so no more. Somebody tell me say somebody attack me on Facebook say me na SLPP. In fact, me not to APC, me na SLPP, me na NRM, me na this, me na that. Well, wait and time I just say, well, I'm used to some of the accusations and so nothing of not to new accusations. When they try for stay now the true part, there are always people waiting at the wrong side where then they go contrary to the truth, they feel say you not a threat to them because what then they put out there is contrary what you they put. So then they see say, well maybe you did against them or you did against what they try for you. Not necessarily, ladies and gentlemen, you know they're against anybody at all. I know they're against anybody. You can put anything you want for put. Now your responsibility, now your right for put anything, whether false or true. Now your right. But at the same time, don't you accord the same rights to me for let me say put me inside of the story, not necessarily for directly contradict you, but for also show the Salinan people what I know about. So if you feel offended because I put something where probably contradict your point of view and you go after me, well, at the end of the day, now you get forget problem no more because I know they even give a damn about what they talk about. Some of them things they say for people that they put, I know they even read them at all. Especially at this particular time when me are so busy. Even social media, even me on groups them where now me self make them groups and they sometimes it can take 2-3 days. I know they even got it. You know, because of the way I don't abuse you at this particular time. So sometimes if they put something, sometimes not I not even see you on things where you put, but because I put another thing, so you just feel so, oh, this one I counter the time for counter me. Not necessarily, I know they counter anybody. That you right for put anything where you want for put. Are you alright that one? I'm not gonna take that idea from you, you know. But what about decency? What about the country? These are all the things that we need for arts. Because you see them politicians, yeah? Then they go. They are temporary. Politics is a temporary game, man. It's a temporary profession. Not a profession, it's like my job. A temporary job. Today, he hardly for make you hear about Tpn Network. Well, I just imagine during the time of Tpn Network. You know how many people then died because of Tpn Network? A lot of people then die. We all know this. This is not a fact, not a myth, not a story. This is not a fact, you know. But today you hear about Tpn Network. No, nobody know they talk about Tpn Network again. And just imagine, you know, less than 20 years ago, because I know they talk about the people before in the Tpn Network. Now, in fact, I will tell you now one thing. Even Ernest Koroma, if he not insert himself into politics because he's not the chairman and leader of the APC party, sometimes a lot of people therefore don't begin forget about Ernest by Koroma. I will tell you now. The same thing with Madabio. So leaders come and go. But you know what is stay? Your reputation and the country. Now in stay. Down in a permanent thing. If you destroy your reputation, it's very, very difficult for rebuilder. Because they say an opportunity once lost is hard to regain. So it is your own responsibility. In politics, the way they look at politics, the first thing where I always they look anytime I want to involve myself into politics is how it will benefit me, how it will destroy my reputation. Benefits me doesn't necessarily mean say I will get money from that or I will get reward from that. But if I believe say what I do, it benefits other people them, now it benefits to me too. Because then say we are our brother's keeper, not so. A lot of people they're waiting at the diaspora today, so they're able to take care of themselves. People like we so we're able to take care of ourselves. You understand? Will they eat? If you don't get job safe, the government now, America now, the government they give money for it. If you know what they do. Will they sleep well? Will they drive good motor cars them? Will they go any side where we want to go? So it is not about us, we the diaspora. If we really want to shape Sierra Leone politics in a way where we want to shape them, let us don't feel much about us. Let us don't consider much about us because we are well off than the people of Sierra Leone. Let's think about the country, that country where we call home, where every year you want to go spend 2 or 3 weeks or 1 month vacation. You want for the another country then. If in case sometimes you sick malaria, they tell you they go to a very good hospital, not so. At least, you know, go begin for run away because you sick malaria. You get for run away for come back because hospitals are not good. Or if you want for drive for go to your village, upline, you always they think, hey, Papa God, I will get accidents or waiting because the road bad. All them here, now in people like we so they think about. Okay, for power, to me, now God now in the give power. That I believe that's 100%. You know, because people like Madabio, you go really know say God been done destined Madabio for be a leader of that country. No matter what you think about Madabio. Okay? Because we all, the APC party in general, will be strongly believe say Madabio go never able for win the APC party. Yes, some of we been get this, the foresight for say, oh, and to be honest with you, we're not going to take Madabio seriously at all. Imagine, I don't want to repeat myself again, but we don't talk about these mistakes where the APC do many times. Madabio was not a threat for the APC. That's not so we go with. He was never a threat. And that's they tell me. They say, if God ready for, if God been not marks you a leader, and your time don't come, you understand? You enemies them, you opponents them, God they distract them. It didn't have the Quran, it didn't have the Bible. You understand? God they distract them. You they pass them, so they even realize it now you. So now it happened and this. We so focused, we are distracted because we just believe say Kande Yumkela was the giant in the room where we supposed for fete, not Madabio. We are the elephant. And that distraction because in time we don't come. So if in time we don't come, now democracy. Now multi-party democracy, ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very hard. Some of we not be ones for Madabio. In fact, people like we so now we actually been the attack Madabio. Even the leadership na salon, where now the APC leadership na salon, they not be the attack Madabio where them in the campaign. Now later on, after the first round, they realize well this is a problem. Then but it was too late. Now people like we so been they say no, you know what? We they call we leaders and say we not forget about Kande Yumkela. We now focus on Madabio because Madabio now the elephant in the room. Madabio gets a base. Madabio gets what is then call a secure base. It gets about 36% where that one they guarantee for them. So it just need that much. 6% or 5%. Now in Madabio being just need. You see? Kande Yumkela need about 51% for make you able to win. This you don't need for be a political scientist for make you know that. But and they tell you say man kota we na begin there we dey na normal for talk and we don't need na politics for 50 60 years. Well look today. Now this guy they not put her in and according to the constitution he gets 5 years for make a rule. Let we give him chance for make a rule. Because if he fail na the country na him fail. And if the country fail, we all fail. For one, for make it die at this particular time, no make no sense to me. Do we have the obligation for hold her accountable for the wrong things the way they do? Of course, yes, we have. But for you, for which you own brother, forget about politics. You own brother. When a Sierra Leonean, you wish bad things for your brother. Well, that is beyond politics, actually. It is beyond politics. And until we realize that, say, politics get a limit, we have to be responsible. There is going to be a big problem in the future for we country. And that's not me concerned that one day. And I hope, say, this, for people them where they Hail Mary, some of the one that the speculators them, those, some of them people then they do not even go better school. This now you don't understand. Then people then they do not even go better. The one the way they drive narratives of this negative, information on social media. You sit down with her, you talk to her one on one, you go really know say this not the kind of people the way actually they put me repetition for promote. I can't do that. But because of desperation, the moment somebody send audio in a negative audio, it depends whose side where actually they benefit from that negative audio. And then people then they take that audio they begin spread all over the country. Hey, when I look, waiting this person they talk about this, when I look waiting this person. And we live in a civilized societies. Whether you live in Europe or you live in some parts of Africa or the United States of America, North America, we have to be mindful of we status in the society. That's the main point why I want to talk about today. And I want to bring in we commentators them way always there. Let me start with Mr. Cabo. Mr. Cabo, here is a monologue we are just done. It's very, very sad when I've been to see people then they go around and they celebrate Mother Bio don't sick, Mother Bio don't die, Mother Bio don't this, Mother Bio don't that. Some of we get deeper secrets about Mother Bio, but I'm a president. I know they come out and reveal that secret. No, I can't do that. So go ahead. What do you think? What's not the lesson where you think you learn both for the administration, their negligence for come out with sincere stuff, or the social media folks, the way they go around celebrate and speculate some of their false information.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mankota, and I thank all the Tpn commentators and listeners, both at home and abroad. You have done almost everything we're supposed to know as patriot Sierra Leoneans then, and this no question about it. You've already analyzed what are the advantages and disadvantages and what politics is about in Sierra Leone. Of course, that's why they call you Chief Man, because you already judge. You don't already put everything. First, you will get understanding. But before I go further, I just want get you a very important understanding or results where I don't get from what you don't happen where Madabio was away. You mentioned that clearly. I have seen SLPP, coach me if I'm wrong, SLPP supporters, die-hard supporters, where they pray for an Eskuruma in long life. Because they find out if an Eskuruma die, they know they benefit from that. That's the end of it. Nothing, not the benefit. Then they pray for her. I don't see that on the social media. I don't read that. And I believe everybody who are talk to, you don't read that. We SLPP people, that has SLPP people, they pray for an Eskuruma for make God get a long life until he face the commission. Because why? Now important. They find out if he die now, they don't lose. So they find out if he die now, they don't lose. So then they pray for her until he face the commission, and what he take from the people then at the country, library and come back. Not so in die, they're not concerned, then they pray. Anybody where an SLPP man, whether a die-hard supporter of SLPP, where they say an Eskuruma, then the killer or they die, that person, then the kidnapper gets that person go. They want to leave. Now, let's relate that to Madabio. Let's say Madabio is the worst individual, the worst president as APC then. They put them say that the worst president up to yesterday or up to this morning at the reform video. They say ever since them born, that the worst president in the world. And they wish I let die. So my question is, if he die, what did they profit from him? If Madabio is active man and this and that, as then say, why they not wait? Let we hold him. Like we will take what you will get for take from him before he die, let we lost. Why would not they do like the SLPP? I just try for compare and contrast what you actually, Mr. Mankota, do in the latter part. Why you they wish for make this person die? What you they benefit from him? Now, if SLPP they pray for the past president for make him leave, why APC not they pray for the present president for make we succeed? So I throw it there. That's for you guys. So let's just see the shady type of politics where both parties and especially APC where they practice. I'm not trying to be biased. I'm not an SNP, I'm not APC, I'm a patriot. But this is what I learned, the lessons I learned from the different parties, which party were now actually a real party, where they practice democracy, where actually fair for the people and the benefits of the people of Sierra Leone. And on the other hand, you see the APC where want the destruction of the country of Sierra Leone. Just like how Mr. Mankota clearly put and say, if Madabio die, now a big commotion, now a big loss for the country. Why would they do that? Now, come back to the point of Madabio in travel. This is common for every president in the world. I don't want for the draw the political situation in America to that of Sierra Leone, because I understand every time people they say, oh, America, they don't do this, we don't do that. They can't even stand on their own. They want for the compare politics now. I have seen on all the presidents in America, probably since I've been in America, about 4 or 5 presidents then. And most times, I see even the most recent president, Trump, you don't left Naya, you don't go to other country without the notice of the people of America. When they see George Bush, they come up, partially several times during the time of office. Partially they say they Iraq. After a day or two before people they know say they Iraq, they go visit. This is common for every president for do so. But at the end of the day, you know whose side you go. And Madabio in go on London. Everybody in the world know that the very day when he was leaving, that he has gone to London. Everybody knows that. The only problem I have or they have about Madabio going to London. Hello, are you guys there?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right.
Are you listening, Mr. Cabo?
Right. The problem was Madabio going to London, or as you say, I know for sure, because everybody in the country see him and you don't get for run away, then see and they know that the very day say you don't go to England. They know it. And even the government brings it to the public. And as you said, there was a follow-up from London. But the thing is, this is not what they want to hear. Madabio going to London and America, maybe, to England, maybe without the PRO or whoever, and begin to answer questions about it. It's their time. This is not a speculation. This is a hard fact, Mr. Mankota, from the APC, that Madabio is dead. He died. You even see the picture, right, of a sick man with another man attending to him. He has all Robert in his face. You see that. And we have seen not only this other, this, I don't know how to say about them. I don't want to refer to people who, just like Mr. Mankota say, how they talk and what they say, and so people learn, they judge you. And so that kind of people, they're not in the class. I know I'm mentioning there. And those are people where they're outside Sierra Leone, and Sierra Leone think like how they are thinking. They live in their own different world because they are losers. We already see the routine, the agenda which APC drew from Silver Blade and it's in Ohio. So Mr. Kanu then, when I get on a man in Ohio yonder. So agenda was already yeah. Silver Blade say when he said Madabio sick, of course he put her in a way where we understand. Say at the end of the day they enter to Kenya, Naimorimande. So they all know the schedule of Madabio. So what is the thing? He put on a paper, he came on the paper from London, they go to Kenya to Imorimande because he died. They say, you don't die. This is no news. Nothing you get for shame. This is the APC practices. And not only then useless mortal man, they within the media, we get them different organizations where we say that they cost. And I just want to say that to Mr. Mankota with TPN. I think we are a reputable organization at TPN Radio. And then more so when you carry the name now the WhatsApp TPN page, I go one lay we censor the information where they can elaborate, Mr. Mankota.
Well,
there is some cost there, right?
I've been given I've been given the authority for say Launa able to help me for censor because if you remember the time where I've been say I dey try for complete me PhD. I
Right.
call Ahmed Kanu na an admin at that and call day. Abdul na admin, you na admin. I call say okay, una censor that. If anything, una can call me because since me I get me own way of doing things, but anything where they happening and now responsibility. So I think say which I not going at the forum yet, but I think say even Abdul don't take action on Leslie and David Coy already. I think so. I'm not going at the forum yet.
All right. So we all are reputed with people there because when they talk to constituency people there, when we want let them understand and then they know what they happen. Where would they get the information? Let us just click, let us just delete them, let us take them off because this is awful. It doesn't matter whether I came from APC or SNPC. But to be candid with you, I'm not biased. I want to praise the SNPC. I haven't had a school of course, international school of. I have no idea where these people came from. And this is not Sierra Leone. They're not represent Sierra Leone. They represent themselves and the few dollars then with them they send to them. So the itinerary of the funeral service and the death of Marabio and the trend thing and what happened with her until he get for Kenya, APC get that schedule day. So what you again what they don't know? All what they don't know is that Marabio came back alive. That's all they don't know. But they will not say he don't die. So, but it's surprising they don't know whether they came back alive. But this is not what we call a country. This is enmity. I they talk to one person na salon this morning. I tell her they always climb over that the committee because he's SLPP and he's president. That's all. That's the only crime he commits at the country. APC therefore understands say there are no two presidents at a time. There's one president at a time. Whether you like it, just like you rightly put it, the man has the mandate for 5 years. You like it, you don't like it, it's your business. It's left to you now. Because what you see, some APC followers that had serious people there. I can tell you, majority of APC there. Believe say, what you want to be able to do right now, they don't want to pay attention, they don't want to be part of it, the education, whatever development, they don't want part of it. I just see how they will transcend their lives. For instance, you tell them 5 years or 10 years now, and you tell and say because Madam you na president na Mende party, anything you will do, no pay attention. He not go school, wait until APC come. They say not to better pay self than they pay. You not go school. And by the time you know it is 15 years, that 15 years you not go school because that APC, SLPC they in power. And you don't even know if the next election Nada Biogo win, and that makes 10 years. If you don't go 20 years, you don't go school because it is SLPC. You destroy yourself, not only yourself, the country, the community in which you live, the village, because that is better. Whatever happens in the village, you must enjoy it. You destroy the Christianity where you come out. You destroy the district where that people they come out, and you destroy the region, the entire region where that people, and you destroy the whole country, and not only the country, you destroy the sub-Sahara region and the world at large. You see the trouble you are putting because of your ignorance, Africa. So we would have learned the lesson. Well, of course we learned the lessons. We see them. We see what the lessons are. So this is now a clear-cut picture of what actually the opposition is about. That there's nothing good about this country they are thinking of. There's no more lesson more than that. And I rest my case.
Yeah, well, let we go to Mr. Ahmed Kanu. Ahmed Kanu, what are you on take?
Well, good day to my fellow administrators and commentators and listeners. As far as this topic is concerned today, Mankuta, we know for say inside America, as we day, we get newspapers them and we get them in varieties. First and foremost, some of we social media entities them, me they see them and they regard some of them as tabloids. We are very well familiar with the tabloids when you come to America or Europe and some of these diasporas. coming from Africa, when you talk about tabloids, you dey talk about papers them where they gossip, and gossip not to anything. Most of it is not authentic. Not just a bunch of lies for let the paper go sell, or the haters of somebody, or whether not a star or politician, where they just want for frame negatively. Now then tabloids, then they make a lot of money past some of their authentic papers. And so is the social media today, especially in our countries, because the democracy, we still they cripple with democracy. And because we they cripple with democracy, we no understand, see, we country na for can force. And we don't understand that at all. Look at the hearings where they make on Mueller this few week. I mean, this week will they pass so. The Republicans them when they question Mueller, it's just like they're all not then they're not the same party, because then they question them on something where they feel say accurate with investigation, because they feel say perpetrate into the investigation on the adversaries, waiting and don't do to the American democracy. So when then they question that mandate, this is not just an example. They even tell the difference between the Democrat and the Republican, because they see patriotism by everything where they try for do in defense of America. The parties and things, them put them aside, because they know say if Russia succeed for destroy this country in democracy, and no matter whose party we belong, you are defeating America. And that's something they are strongly working against. Totally. That's not the objective. That's not the goal, both parties. Get the no demogag where they come around, or some kind of a sycophant for learn and not do the job. Well, in we own crippling democracy we get right now, we know they take that patriotism, the way we Democrats, then they take the democratic society. Would they see them still like where they get Ramadan, the upside, not the tongue, you get upside main road, downtown main road, all man they build in lantern. So you don't care about the town where you belong, you care about the lantern where you get. Now that way they work on democracy. They look at them as a whole, say the lanterns then they represent the community, for let the community go look progressive. No matter who that take force. Then go rally behind them. And now that you're not able to do it, Madabio, it contest election. And not to selection process. We all know say they conduct elections in Sierra Leone. We're under different parties. So fortunately for the SLPP, they come out for win the election. What we know and the result of the elections. We get an electoral commission, we're very we're legal, very legitimate. And then they announce for say, Madam, you win. Now, if that they don't happen, we'll get for no say that 5 years, not to forever. We'll just get for work very diligently now with APC party for we overshadow the mistakes that we will not make. And then we prepare ourselves very well without any kind of malicious and devious perpetrations towards the leader, will lead this country for let it be peaceful until we come back to elections, and then we see what you can do. Now that they will not able to do, and when you talk that you know APC like me, some people they will not understand. Allah put on that way they or we not pseudo APC, they pseudo APC not just like the white nationalists now. They don't understand say America now come, they all come. And they feel say America and India and stuff not been there. So therefore now they no more for there. So now so they think the pseudo APC them, then they think then they think outside the nucleus of within the pragmatic APC members like we they think. We success not they come behind any death of Madabio or anything will go wrong with them in terms of health. In fact, it is shame we country because we not even get the medical facilities. If the man been sick, if they go for mercy, we therefore be ashamed for say why that man they even come out for go look for medication outside. We been for keep quiet on that because it's very shameful. Anytime where somebody sick, they besides being a leader, if the person get money, he therefore go look for plane where they take and go Ghana, or take and go Senegal, or take and go Europe. That's not a shameful thing for the stage where we don't do. We not even get one facility. You know, I don't know for right now, because I know they free town as they talk. We go say somebody don't sick serious. Now salon then go actually men then give a very successful surgery or something. That facility I don't know of.
All right. For the sake of time, because I want for due time for make you able to talk a little bit about the organization where when I decide for them call. Let we give David quickly, and then we can't now because we'll almost go out of time. So I will cut you.
Right.
I will cut you off because I get for you time a little
Okay,
bit.
thank you, Mr. Bankuta. I've been there out for a little while. I make it be miss me anyway. But my own view for this will look different. We don't know the wish for anybody for die, bottom line. At the same token, this African politics na politics. If you look around the world, sir, no opposition, they're not the give the ruling party, no chance for break. So one thing where some people and they say, no, get peace, no, get peace. We will always support the opposition party then and others for they no matter be in torch every second. One of the reasons why, now that mistake they don't make from we leaders then our country, where would they glorify them instead of put pressure upon them, let them take responsible position in our country. That's number one. And number two, matter be on a public figure, in all obligation to the citizen of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I don't care what. Somebody say, President of America, they let this country go. Nobody know they know. I don't believe that is true. I would like to incident of them thing and the way don't happen. But if he left 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, the people ask for them, the government within a power will come out and explain to the people within they represent. So one of the other things when they look at the politics of the play in Africa, Marabio Tuna gave me the play. He conscious of exactly what was going on politically and otherwise. And he left that way. So the fact of the matter is, as much as we don't wish for let die, or we don't wish death on any of the company then, death in the world now, it's nothing anymore. Because even under Marabio in recent regime, people are not die under them. Think about that picture when they drive go up and we kill. Marabio in life, they move on. So if Marabio die, the country will move on. But the fact of the matter is, what they talk say, oh, let left Marabio, let run, let get peace. The country get peace. My brother, the country get peace, but we have to put serious pressure for the next 4 or 5 years behind Marabio. When Marabio go sleep, say, we wake up in the morning, they get for no say get people in the country, they already watch us. Because now that happened with so many presidents in the country. Even that happened to Ernest for myself. Look, for example, the backwardness within our country. We know the address. We know the address of Marabio in that one if he dies. Marabio, you the one country, the car, you take Sierra Leoneans and then go to go na ferry. Then they wait for you. You not say, no, I can't do that. Then people and they run na streets, and then you say free education. If you look at the Pekin Obi they run, that those are our own concern. If you look at the Pekin Obi they run na streets, those Pekin they supposed to in school, some of them. So all of those things, Mother Bio gets responsibility to a country. So if people and things say it don't disappear, then feel say it don't die. So each his own. Now he puts down the on himself. And trust me, my brother, he wants it like that. Me not will take too much of in our time. As I will mention again, I know which point there. But honestly,
before
me I go up every day.
Before you go, let me ask you a question, because I see what you first talk about. We have to hold Mother Bio accountable. Now a very perfect thing, and I think we all don't talk about now this program even today. I mean monologue, now the thing we are talk say. Mother Bio has to be held accountable. But waiting that can for do with going out and speculate, say the president don't die. I don't think say that's actually
Okay.
get anything for do with holding Mother Bio accountable, or is it?
Well, Mother
Mankota,
if president
Ahmed,
don't
hold
let
on,
let respond
David,
for a
quick, I
second.
will give you chance.
If president were responsible for the people of the country, if he don't let in country one day, 2 10, they know you're nothing but and the next thing where then they say maybe he's dead or he's sick. So now they have their own responsibility to the people of the country where they govern to come out and correct that. If you see it don't pass 3 days, it don't pass 4 days, they did not do that. Those people they want the game to play the way it was playing. Politically and otherwise. And they love it like that.
But two wrong cannot make right. You know that, right?
But these are the people of the country who are the inhabitants, so they not get no wrong. The one we get wrong now, the one where they in charge of the people then.
Okay.
So the people them they have no wrong.
Okay. All right. Ahmed, can you want to say something?
Yes, I mean, just one for say, Mr.
David?
Mr. Parks, you know, we constitution, it gets vice president, it gets speaker, and all the rest of it. We a classification of how the government for day, so that if Mother Bio is missing or dead, you know, all waiting would they pray and hope for, lay in deputy ready for take responsibility. So, and the deputy, you know what they go on, you know the programs they wait and they work on. So actually, this not to something where we for make an issue. The man is there for die anyway, just like you and me. The responsibility we get actually, we say kind of buttress you, Mother Bio is a free man. If he feels he ready for go out now the country for a vacation, it go look more decent now inside for tell people then say because that vacation not to any sensitive trip where they make for say where pass a rich day before they see like the American president if they go to a very sensitive area where insecurity is very important.
So what did they
then go say let them not say anything.
So what did
until we reach now the place.
So
but this na vacation. If you're not ready for say anything, now prerogative for you not say anything. You know, again deputy left arm will not say the country they in the hands of somebody who the whole responsible. So what way don't come on vacation, you come back and see no matter what in they say, like when I talk about tabloid them, then you say anything. You know, Salon again newspaper them where you they write anything we want. And freedom of the press and the social media as well is there for just say anything.
Mr.
So you know.
Kanu.
Yes, sir.
You hear waiting, Mr. Kabo say. Mr. Kabo say now self. Now they cause this problem in Ohio. You hear it? Not to miss you.
Mr. Mankota, them are the people of the time or the time then.
Okay.
Mr. Self opinion count.
Okay. No problem. If
Can I say something to Mr. David?
Yeah, before you go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. David, thank you. Welcome. A long time I don't hear from you. I want to assure you, say, the people that we see that kids not they go school, where they run about against the free education, where you talk about. Now the APC people there. Because that's what they tell the people. I just spoke to somebody today. When at Timini, you get 4 people there, say, the education self not to better school. I said, but not free. You say, not to better money than they pay. I said, then they pay books there. Then they buy books for them. You say, no, they're not they buy. You don't even know what they are doing. They just take what they tell them. These are our own country speaking them. Me and you, I know so you're not Timini man or you come on at the north like me. That we sister, we brothers, then we uncle, then we auntie them, pikin them, and then not treat so. Because they are APC, their parents are APC, and then guy they are, they tell them, say, not to better education, not to this, not to that. Now they run not treat so. So God, and you will prove it. 99% of those children are from the north. And then are free from.
Okay.
You know, say they not move from.
Okay.
So this is why we are
So
talking about.
what are the try for saying, Mr. Mankota? I haven't been saying what
The other one that they are picking the other picking the other opposite picking them, like then southern, then eastern, then whatever you call them, then picking them in a school and in the land. We'll pick them, then they are street.
Okay.
Now
The responsibility of the government of the day. His Excellency President Madabiu, he came out with a declaration that in opposite picking themselves for old blight, go sell na seat. So a decent and a proper president for development of how we talk about it. Maybe I don't think that this country too long. If me in that position, I would not allow that. Period. And Madabiu have the authority to tell in people and say, and the security service for make them people here this way and call the environment. And I don't want that. It's about time we have to stop them behavior for now develop the country, because that may not buy them. We have to improve, we have to change the attitude. The way at which we within this country how they look at situation, we have to take way to run land now. We share out to people in our country. Say this is not a help. These are part of our problem. Until we begin
I agree with you,
David,
I agree with you 100%. The only problem is the best person way we able maintain the picking in your success now in parent them, because now they live 24 hours. So you as a parent also get the responsibility.
If the parents have been watched the picking them, and the political parties then, the APC and the business to want to do it.
Uncle, if Madabiu be not say when I landed at that ferry, I don't want this crowd for settle around me, and they would not do that. If Madabiu could have told his police, the officers, that I don't want to see this nonsense, they would. I know what they are trying to say.
Okay.
Tell me they don't know this country too long.
No, David, Mr. Parks, you are right. You are right on that, Mr. Parks. You are right. You are right.
What you don't land now, everyone go preach not alone. Me no go there now, they see things and they take people and backward. Then me still they accommodate that. So I go put the blame now the man will take the position for running country.
Okay.
Now his responsibility, I don't care if na local, na Timini, na Limba picking them. If you don't say, he said and say, picking them up for them na treat, they go make police arrest them. So forget about the parents. The parents are not able to control them picking anymore. Now the government now they control the system. Let Madabiu take responsible position as a leader of the country. Let do what he get for the guy. Let us not compromise Madabiu. You know, we not wish no death, but let's put as much pressure as we can for the next couple of years. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Bami. Now we go now. So we got Mr. David, you can left now if you want left. So you good now to go. Well, we got another segment, a quick segment where I just want to discuss very quickly, and this got to do with one of we commentators there, where then they try for form an organization. This is a tribal organization. Tribal in the sense, not tribalism. Tribal, you know, we then call the Tarakum Descendants Association. And Mr. Americano, can you tell us about this?
Oh, certainly, Mankuta, I very much appreciate this little time we go give me, we don't give me at the TPN radio, where then they listen to Sierra Leone and America, a lot of Sierra Leoneans. Tarakum Descendants Association actually would be in the struggle for establish a Tpn association, just like the Mendes, the Creoles, the Fullers, and a lot of the other tribes, then get national and international associations them for help their communities and how they will be very useful in the civil society in Sierra Leone and outside Sierra Leone. So we not being get our organization, they will not get our association, they even way to go lobby for we now the government. So me and some other fellows, we sit down now and say, well, make we launch this association where in name na Tarakum, Descendants Association, which means in Timni Tarakum, for the sake of family. So for the sake of family and the Timni tribe, especially who not get any association, we go really work on cohesiveness of the tribe and progress of the tribe and stand for peaceful coexistence in the country. We not get all that one day intact, the Timni tribe. We just they roll around other tribes, push we like a draft where they play draft, then push under, they take things for granted. And taking these things for granted, don't make we look like here we look like the least minority tribe, Sierra Leone, where of course now we are the majority tribe. And we have all the potential for leadership and other useful things. But because we will not get any cohesiveness, we will not get any dynamic mechanism where go actually make the Timni people them forget like a disciplinary thing where if any Timni man want to go out of order, we all go tell them and say, but look, no, you know, big pass all the Timni people them. We not get that. So even at the political party, them religious entities, the Timnis, then they work very hard. At the end of the day, they become the victims. They become the vulnerable people then. So having experienced this, I decided that, you know, let we launch this Tarakum Descendants Association for all the Timnis in America, diaspora, and in Sierra Leone.
So let me ask
and this one.
So let me ask you a question because of time. We know say the Timni are a very diverse group of people in the country. Yes, they are the majority. Like I say, I think one of the problems where the Timni didn't get, like what you talk so, is the cohesiveness, the oneness. You know, they are considered as liberal people. Then we ready for associating themselves with anybody. Why now?
Well, that is a good question, Mankuta. Why now? Because the one them way being they are ahead of we in the leadership and age-wise, they run into a yoke like an egg. They run into a yoke of selfishness. They run into a yoke of greed. They run into a yoke of taking things for granted. They run into a yoke of not knowing what in a posterity are there people after them. Then just been they work on what in the benefit, the interest. So much so that they not take seriously for say we forget a dynamic mechanism like other tribes have done.
So
you look at Madabio in government right now, you go see say a lot of them Gloma people here where they try for see waiting them can contribute now the tribe and the country. They are in government. Most of these guys in Madabio's government are Tegloma fellows.
Let me ask you
there's nothing wrong with that because if they qualify, then go then for they run the country fine. But this the association, it mean a lot to them. And the kind of they perpetrate discipline among the tribal people them way don't they up there for understand what in the mandate them for do for the mandate interest for the end for Sierra Leone. Then they not to know hidden secrets, not to hidden facts. So if we do the same thing, there is nothing wrong with that.
Well,
you know, we just have to let we do get some due respect and let people they know say we're very useful also in the system.
All right. Another question, because it seems like there is some kind of talk where they go around within the Timni circle where I understand same, especially when the APC in particular where now in the perpetrator here based on certain things them where some people they want to go now the highest office. Then they use the Timini, say, well, me not Timini. Immediately, it didn't at that office day, it say me not to Timini or me not this, me not that. So the problem here is this the reason why when I can't find out, say, it is time for make we stop this type of exploitation, or what?
Well, that is, I would say it is a component of all the reasons where we see say is tangible for let we get this association, because we don't see Timnis them we dominate the APC. Timnis were slaughtered. They were killed for something inside their own party, when APC, inside your own party. Think about Taki them, then Tonkolili, Usa you come out. Think about Mohammed Fona them and the rest of the others them from other parts of the north. We've been doing APC. There were some southerners too that were killed, where they are accused of something. How can that happen? If we been get a very serious, long time ago, a dynamic mechanism, somebody would have stood up from within that group, that Timni group there, and say, look, hey, we'll get more than 70 potential leaders, them where then they can accuse for treason, for kill them, among them doctors, journalists, and all the rest of the potential people that we don't work hard with their lives. For CC, they were slaughtered under a Timni, predominantly party. If the Timnis don't have a lobby, we're very strong, it is going to happen again. There's no reason why it should happen again.
Let me ask you again this
question.
These
are the things.
Let me ask you again this question. As I said, the team is a very diverse group. Waiting at the membership qualification, who qualifies to be in this? Because say today you get a Timini daddy we married a Kono woman, a born, or a Kono woman we married a Timini daddy, or a Timini mama we married a Mende man. So how are they able for mechanize or try for put together the qualification of who's supposed to be part of this group?
Well, Mankuta, a good question that one day, because the question is very clear. Timni today, Timni or Mende or Fula, we country so small that the diversity it depends now on the very individual who is seeing himself more, because you get all the intermarriages there, but if the paternal side of you is Timni, and let's say you na Mende band and Cambon you na Tonkolili or Bombali, where you go school, you grow up for no nothing but Timni, but your last name is like Julius Bema. You know Mende man, but you know Sabi Talkman, they know nothing. If you see say you qualify for be Timni, or you don't marry Timni now, or you just decide say yes, I am a Timni. That qualification if you make them and we justify them, then we they left you na the group, because now you choice. So we go there for debate that this not just something why they throw, and not to something we get for happen, because the Timni association it get very very diligent people them. We as an association where so democratic. Right now as I'm talking, although I initiate something like that, when we have a convention, there are several qualified, knowledgeable, experienced people there, 10 times than I am. And if I'm interested for run for chairman, I could do that. If I'm not, I give chance to the other people that I know can do 1,000 more than I do. I would be happy to see those people come out and we succeed. That is my goal. And, under the circumstance now, they recruit and then they look for registration. Some people, their conscience, it can kind of come up with shame. You know, go claim for be Timni, where they say this is not Timni group, where you know to actual Timni. Because say, at the end of the day, they waste your time. Because once we know, now so the Mabu and they do. If you go say they join them because you na Kamara or you na Bangura or you na Conte, when they come to know you are not a Limba, you just want to go make yourself a Limba, then they go sit down, then discuss. If enough for remove you na the association, they would ask you kindly to leave. There's nothing wrong with that, so you will know your identity.
Okay.
You see?
Well, I think say nah, a very good thing because most of the major tribes in Sierra Leone they get both international and local organizations them for take care of the young people. Doesn't necessarily mean say practicing tribalism. Like you get the Creole Descendant Association, you get the Kono Descendant Association, you get Tegloma for the Mende, you get Mabohonde for the Limba, you get even the Fulas. Fula Descendants FDA, Fula Descendants Association, you get all the one and the only tribes, major tribe where I know say get to the team. So I just wish the best and make sure say una able to learn from the other existing organizations the mistakes they wouldn't do so na not go repeat the mistakes then them and try for bring una the team together and see how they will become not only a tool but also a participant because that's not the biggest problem. The teaming has been a tool for a very, very long time. And most of the time, the minority tribes and they use them. Now a very good thing. And good luck, Mr. Kanu.
Thank you very much for giving me the time to talk about this. And I hope, say, you will give me more time when we make some advancements
Oh,
like
definitely.
conventions and all of those things. Let we discuss them and make it reach with other people them. Because Sierra Leone right now we get a bunch of recruitment there. We get Europe. In fact, today I was just busy trying to enroll people. It just too much. You don't go fast. You don't go. You don't kind of become like a bomb. This is a bombshell already. So you can see how people are desperate. With good intentions and positive intentions.
I don't know if
So I thank you.
I don't know if Mr. Kabo.
Can I say something?
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
now I say if Mr. Kabo gets
Mr.
anything for
Mr.
say.
Kanu, this is a very brilliant idea. I want to tell you that. But this is what I want to say. Your idea is so brilliant, but did you take the factor on the present political situation at the country today, more so the APC, and you forming a Chimney tribal, Chimney tribe group or organization, and we have seen people attacking one another in the APC. Some are saying, I see a lot of people who are coming out now, Limbas and locals, who are saying they were only speaking the language and they are not, they are this, and that we go be surprised with the teams for sure. Say we the teams are not the majority, the Limbas are the majority because they just speak the language, and we don't hear a lot of things. I remember during the past election when they come into the tie and they were bringing that tribalism. I didn't mention it in this media. I don't know, by then you were not in the commentary at the time. But I mentioned it. I asked Mr. Mankota, let name me 2 or 3 teams then when an actual team man then within an escoroma in government during the time. Because I knew that there was no actual team in the executive or in the ruling party of the APC. There more so people with the top positions. I do know that from the beginning. So I don't know how you ready to put your pants up or fasten them with regards to the present political condition, more so with the APC. When you form this, because they're going to take it as a threat, don't you think so, to them?
Mr. Kabo, I don't think it's not going to be a threat, okay? Because we know they come out for there will be a threat to any political party. Now, would they rise up as independent for the interest of the Timni people? Say Timni people then they are all the political parties. Number 2, there are a lot of times then where some tribes then they claim for be Timni. We know to Timni. And we the Timni themselves, the one that will be don't convert for Bilimba during the time of Sheikh Stevens and the time of Momo. Then Boku, we Sierra Leoneans, we can transform a lot of times. And the reason we the Timni them, then they play on us and we play on other people, we not get the kind of mechanism where they really stabilize people them way if they roll over we they know. Especially when they're not the limelight. So creating this association now a kind of a way for facilitate, for say win a majority, the team in a majority. There is no doubt about it.
An identity, team identity. I understand.
Yeah, the team identity, there is no doubt about it. People then they play on us no more. But when it comes to the reality of saying let's get the Timni tribal people belonging to the Timni descendants, we boku. The same thing at the Mende line. You get a lot of Mendes then at Kailao Pujeung, then Prepoturu the area then na Madingo man they Kande and Fullers
or Shabro.
Or Shabro.
Yeah.
But it can happen for say we don't day. Then I mean, so now the same thing happened to with the Timni them. If you go now any Timni place, you go see the Bakona, you go see the local them. Even Freetown has been a Timni. Now the British then come where they can give the Creole people the land. We will begin by land back from the Creole. That has been Koya when me come on at the Poloko district, originally from Poloko, from Kandebali, Kanu, of one of the paramount chiefs, then Poloko, na old Poloko. I am a descendant of him. And then, so me in brother Kana Koya, he can marry the then crown him. So eventually you see the intermarriages, but inside the team, we no land no more. The mama come Yoni Tonkolili district. You see?
So here's the thing. What I want for end up with this program about this particular. There is no doubt the team is actually the majority because until you actually go into them villages and them what they call them, they will not say yes. Yes, it's true that a lot of people there don't assimilate into the Timni, culture and language and other practices. But it's still easy for making able to identify some of them people. Then they talking Timni doesn't necessarily mean say you're not Timni. That's a clear say yes. You can talk Timni. I know some people the way they talk Timni pass even the Timni person. But it's easy for make you also understand say this person not to Timni. But the thing here is
Mankota, we would get the Timnis. We will get them identify themselves, and we would form the Tarokom Descendants Association. So, we would get them. So they will come out.
The thing here is, I think I understand what Mr. Kabo they try to talk about. If the Limba actually the majority, the Limba for be non come. Why? Because when you see somebody they come and they tell you say, okay, Mina, they claim certain tribe for making gain political advantage. That because it really no say that tribe they get more power in terms of voting than in your own tribe, so it get for assimilate and try for what they call that one day. So I believe say if the team in the people that will wake up, and that's not the key word, wake up and try for get themselves together and try for work together for make them realize their own identity, like what Mr. Kanu they talk so, game is over. Now the APC party.
Game is over.
Now the APC
yes,
party.
sir. And Mankota,
this is my question to Mr. If that's not a threat to the APC and the present.
No, it's not going. Well, we don't make it clear. We don't make it clear. See, the Tarokum Descendants Association, in order to interfere with anybody in politics, no party in politics, because Team Nidende inside all them parties. You go inside NGC, they meet Team Nimande. You go inside SLVP, APC, all. Okay? So we they form this so that the Team people then go become cohesive. Any group where then they let them know, say, then get an association where they stand by itself. and that association is going to work in the interest of the Timni. It doesn't matter what party you belong. But again, we association, it will be very sensitive. Because even if you in a school, the teacher will love you, the teacher will help you, the teacher will, say, if they try for you get good education, if they do some extra thing there for you, that teacher, they put you eyes them, Panam, they listen to and let you parent. So it will go them more respect because they know say any political party will treat the Timni association very, very respectfully and beneficially. That party they will shine by we organization, by we association. Definitely.
Mr. Kanu, if you allow me for Kansai, and the only time I will not support you is when the only time I'm not going to support the idea is when you derive the idea politically. Then I disagree with you. Then that's where the corruption and the confusion take place. But
no, politics
everything. Finish. But it is very important for all. It's very important for all tribes for able to perform. Take for example the Tekloma form and other organizations. So then we'll keep their identity, then we'll maintain their culture, and then we'll teach them picking and then culture and educate them how the country they go before and make it come. But when you look at it for political reasons, then that one then a big problem.
No.
I
think David.
This is a very sensitive.
Mr. Parks, the political.
Hold on.
Don't you think say this organization, this amalgamation of putting tribes together, one tribe together like the Timini, don't you think say now this the APC strategy used for the stabilized Timini, then they don't ever come together? May make them show today. Don't you think that's
okay, Mr. Kabo and Mr. Parks, let me make this clear.
I'm coming. If the Timini then unite, there will be no APC, just like Mr. Mankota put it. But this is the tragedy of Shaka Stevens during in time. For make Timini man and all hold together.
We don't look at the political level. We have to look at it at the cultural level.
All right, hold on, guys.
People learning culture.
All right. Mr. Makuta, this is what I have to say to my fellow commentators. The Timni Association, yes, sir.
Hold on. First of all, I know one for make you say this is not nothing for do with political connotation. That means I don't think
no, I not say so. No. I say you can't remove politics from anything who they do.
No, what are the time for
that's why
I did respond to David.
Okay.
David, okay. Way them call today say like what Mr. Ahmed Kanu been talk. I mean, I know a lot of Tegloma. Tegloma, the only reason what make up to this time then they exist the way that they exist today, so because then get a kind of political connotation where them believe say then go able to help the young people that the way they under. You understand? If they're in power, it's small. So any tribe where say, well, I know one for put politics there, then that organization they not get for go for that because you are not going able to afford anything. The need for
that is exactly what I just said. I said when we stand with stability, we get a viable force for let we day together cohesively. You know, the political party then go aware of we association.
Exactly.
And the political party where they are aware of we association, they go shine for we, then we say we go shine for them. Everything has a political connotation. Everything, yeah.
All right. Well,
just to say this, Mr. Mohamed Kanu, just be ready within the week or within this month. They are planning for you because they are coming after you. Seriously, in the media. So that's no doubt. They are coming after you. Mr. Kabo. No, I know what I'm saying. I know.
Mr. Kabo.
I carry I'm actually talking to you, yes.
Mr. Kabo, you not in man, not to do. You not in man, we all we come out alone. The people the way they na APC, na Salonians them, and Team Leader. So this na a genuine thing, not for anything with clandestine. Who not there in the position for distract any political ongoing undertaking by the SLBP, by the APC or anything. We just come out and say, look, the Timni tribe not get no association like other tribes, not to even start up. So if we dey try for see the advantages the way the other tribes they don't put together for let them develop progress for them people them promote them cultural affairs and other things them who don't see say is very very productive. Now that we they do.
Well,
Would they try for come after me? It a wasting time. It a wasting time because it's not going to help anything.
And secondly, the Limba then get two associations inside the APC party. Why they not go after them?
Thank you.
They get the Mabahonde, then get the Ekute. They're all in at the APC party. Why they not go after them? Why the team
But I did tell you earlier on to check activing in time for making put the chimney man they not be together. You understand? And those people who are
don't
going
know, Mr. Gabo, who don't know now, who don't know now for say if he's have national be, we therefore stop him. We the team need, we therefore stop him. We know they take things there for granted, so they see a repeat of things them. Now that's what they do right now. We know they harbor on the past.
And that one the way they come after you, not the team man them. Now then Limba team in local team where they speak up. Now then they come after you. But then they talk to team, they say they are team.
Well, you know, we the typical team, we're not dumb, and besides that, we serve now people the way them born, na area the way people they na be warriors. We all na salon born. Where you then at the front line, you therefore think say either they kill you or you kill somebody. So we not say we get adversaries. And those adversaries, we are ready to challenge until we have successful association. You know, we are ready for that.
Okay.
We're not afraid of. That they not go make we go say we not.
Mr. Kanu, I declare my membership to your organization.
You declare it? Well, I tell you what. I don't recruit you, and I'm very, very much grateful for your declaration. I go put you in the forum, and we go from there. We talk privately. This is not Tpn radio.
All right,
Mr. Kanu, I declare your membership in the organization because if you remember properly, but who create people and they come from the Timini organization and group as well. I want to be aware of that. Yes, we just need to say that culture. So now how you accept and how you believe Udana Timini, it's not only because you speak the language or born at the country. Because most of them they are a culture, a cultural activity. Now you accept that.
Mr. Park.
I say me at Timini. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you know what they call, assimilation. And you get black Frenchman them. We believe say they're a Frenchman. So other way they talk, you na Sierra Leone person, and if you sit down, you watch yourself and declare say you na Timni. We go get for sit down, we discuss them. If you na member of the Creole Descendants Association or any other association, when you declare, you therefore make we know, and we know how we go about it. Okay. Me, I mean, not just somebody where they coordinate right now.
So now
I know they make it. I just somebody where they coordinate right now. Mr. Parks, I'm just coordinating. I'm not a chairman. I'm not a leader.
I understand that. I believe say I not join no descendant or anything. I believe say culturally and otherwise me that too.
Yeah.
Me make that declaration there.
Okay.
You know go change that.
Okay, Mr. Ahmed Kanu, holding the declaration, and we go from there. The time done almost. So I just want to thank you very much. This is a very wonderful discussion today, and hopefully, Tarakom Descendant Association, it will cause a lot of problem. But at the end of the day, you know, even the slaves in America now. The time where they say yes, they need their own rights, their own respect. There are people who will not be happy, not so. Especially people who don't use for good. They use them people, they're not happy. And the same thing here, there are people who don't use the Timini them for so long. So if the Timini say you want your right now, you want your respect, definitely there are people who not get for happy about that. But does that mean they get for stop? No, you have to move on. You know, because until you're persistent, you're not going to succeed in anything. So the next coming months and years, we will see. I just want to thank you very much. We will see you back the same time, the same place next week.
Thank you.